All right, so this is the last lesson of Unit 3 with parallel lines cut by a transversal. And if you remember, when we have two parallel lines, the transversal is the line that hits both of them. So this is called a transversal. So just remember that because it's important for this lesson. So in the diagram below, I see that these two lines are parallel. So this line is parallel to this line. All right, that means I could use like alternate interior angles, corresponding angles, and whatever if I have a transversal. I want to fill in as many angles as possible here. Well, right next to 50, I know that 50 plus this angle would be a linear pair because they're on the same line. So they got to add up to 180. So this has to be 130. All right. Similarly, I see this is 165. So this angle here has got to be 15 because it adds up to 180 because it makes a straight line. I could also fill in this angle is 15 because it's vertical. And this angle is 165 because it's vertical to 165. Fan, you got to stop squeaking that toy. That's my dog. All right. Thanks, Ben. Now, that's all the angles I could fill in right now. And I want to fill in as many angles as possible and find this angle Y. But I'm kind of out of angles. So remember, if I had parallel lines, if I had a transversal that cut them both, I could fill in the alternate exterior. I could do the corresponding angles are equal and things like that we learned about earlier in this unit. So to create a transversal, it's got to hit both parallel lines. So if I look at this line here, it's almost a transversal. If I kept it going, it would hit this line, and then we could fill in more angles. So here's the key with auxiliary lines. Basically, it just means if you don't have a transversal, you can extend a line, so keep it going. I'm going to actually draw it with a line. You should use a ruler. So I'm going to use the line tool. Keep the line going. Oh, that's not a line. There's my dog again. If you keep this line going, you'll create more angles. And then we could fill them in. So on the inside left, I'm going to show you how to do this. So turn the page and we'll do the actual example. So we already started this problem just to keep it easy. So I have 50 here. I have these lines are parallel. So I filled in this angle is 15 because it's a linear pair. This angle is 130. But I'm really trying to get to this Y angle. So I want to keep my line going to create more angles. So if I keep this line going, draw with a ruler, I can create more angles. Now I could fill in, if this angle is 50, on my transversal, this angle is corresponding, so this one's 50. I just follow that transversal down. Okay, that one's 50. And that means this angle is 50 because it's vertical, or you could use alternate interior angles. So I use corresponding here. This was a linear pair. This was a linear pair. And this was vertical. So I need to find this angle Y. I'm getting closer. I want to find this top angle here, right next to Y. If you look, the shape right here is a triangle. This angle is 15. This one's 50. So I'm going to use the triangle sum theorem to find that missing top angle. So 180 minus 15 plus 50 is 65. So that's 115. So that top angle is 115 degrees. I'm going to fill that in after I erase the blue so I have some room. Erase it so you can see a little better. So this one was 15. This one's 50. That means this one is 115. And I use the triangle sum theorem. Now my last angle, angle Y. So I see that it's a straight line with 115. So if I drew this out here so you can see it better, this is 115. So this angle Y has got to add up to 180 with 115. So 180 minus 115 is 65. So angle Y equals 65 degrees. So our key here is we want to extend a line to create a transversal. And then we can use things like corresponding angles on the transversal. We could use alternate interior angles to fill in missing angles. I could also use triangle sum theorem. I could use vertical angles. I could also use linear pairs. So these are just ways we could fill in angles. These are always true. This is true when the lines are parallel, so I use that transversal to help me. So pause the video, try the you try, and then hit play and I'll show you the answer. So again, I have two parallel lines. LM is parallel to NO. And if you wanted to, you could extend these lines to keep them going so you could see a little better. And then I want to extend one of the transversals. So I could extend this one or this one. I'm going to extend this one because it's going to hit my picture. So use a ruler, keep it going. You could extend this one, but you just have to keep this line going so it hits. You could do that though. Erase it. All right, now I'm going to fill in as many angles as I can. Well, I created that transversal. So I know if this angle is 45, this one's 45. Because parallel lines cut by a transversal, the corresponding angles are congruent. So this was corresponding. Then this is vertical, so this is 45. And I'm trying to get to this angle X. I see it's part of a triangle. If I could fill in this top part of the triangle, I would have 2 out of the 3 angles. So it's a linear pair with 84. So 180 minus 84 is 96. Now I have a triangle with a 96, a 45, and an X. So I'm going to use the triangle sum theorem to find X. So 45 plus 96 plus X equals 180. So basically I end up just subtracting 45 plus 96 is 100 and something. 141. 180 minus 141 is 39. So angle X is 39 degrees. That's it. So the things to remember: continue the transversal, fill in angles, and remember, use triangle sum theorem, right? Linear pairs if you see a line. And when you make that transversal, this is a 45-degree angle, so this is corresponding here, so that's 45. You could also just skip that step and go, oh, this is 45, so the alternate interior is 45.